What's up, y'all? How y'all been? How's everyone been? How's everything been going? I know it has been a while. It has been a while. I will say I've been MIA. I looked at the last time I had streamed and I was like, holy shit. I was like, damn, it's been a pretty long time. I'm like, it's still been a pretty long time. So I just found it interesting to look at it and just be like, dang. I was like, I haven't streamed in almost like 2 weeks. Like I've been gone for like almost 2 weeks. Um, but it's been good. It's been good. I would say you gotta say it's been a good time. It's been a good 2 weeks. Spent it with my fam. I was like, damn, bro, already requesting to join as a guest. Just like that's crazy. I haven't even said my good mornings. I was like, Drew, what issue do you have? Because that's the thing. It's just like everybody just keeps on bickering about this is what's going on, this is what's going on, I gotta do this. There's just like, but nobody comes up with an actual solution for any of the shit we've been arguing about, whether it's MAGA, Republicans. It's always somebody arguing about something, but then when you ask them, like, all right, so how do you fix it? It's just like, I don't know what to fucking say. So it's just like, that's why I'm just like, how do we fix it? If you have such a problem, how do we fix it? Because clearly, the way that it's going about right now with this administration, there's some iffy shit going on. There's always iffy shit in administrations, but these people are doing it like blatantly. So the problem is just like the accountability. Except flooded and started. What's up, Emma? I've been all right. I've been all right. Was relaxing the past two. Was relaxing one of those past 2 weeks. Just been relaxing. Have family over. Uh, was mentally preparing for this upcoming year, I guess you could say. Started reflecting. I was just like, it was like I was wondering, I was like, what you mean? I was just like, it was just like you take a little break off of watching all the nonsense, all the stupidity, all the ignorance. It helps clear your mind a bit. It's just like I stayed off this app some. I pretty much stayed off of social media for the past 2 weeks. It was just spending it with family that came to visit. So I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to anything going on. Um, how the last live was, and the last live I think it was like the veterans workshop I was doing. So that was just a whole different thing. Appreciate that, Emma. I was just like I wanted to spend it with family, not much distractions. I did do some work. Worked more on the veteran stuff than dealing with this stuff because this stuff is just like chatting and shit. Um, so I was just working on the website, working on just documentation, all sorts of stuff, just basically business wise. That's what I was mostly working on. Um, yeah, and then from there, spending it with family. How has everybody else been? Because that's the thing. Let me see what Wonder Bread got to say. Might have to turn off the music though while I talk. What's up, Wonder Bread?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Uh, I have a. You kind of have an echo. I have an echo. I don't know if it's your system or if it's me, but it's really deep, like really delayed.
I don't have an echo.
I could rock with it. If the chat hears it fine, you hear it fine. I could deal with it. It's really bad though.
Oh, I don't hear it on my end. It's not coming out, so that's all I'm like.
Okay. I don't know if you want to lead the conversation.
No, I'm. This is a conversation for anybody to have. It's for you to lead it. It was just like
Um,
because you have an issue. So if you have an issue, what's how do you fix your issue? So
with
basically,
the
it would have to be
yes.
what's your issue.
Um, in the nation, of course, you're not talking about my personal issue, or you were like a psychologist. I kind of heard you talking about politics generally. This administration. I feel
Yeah,
like the issues that, yes, sir.
yeah. Go ahead.
Um, I feel like the issues that the nation has are being addressed as they possibly can by our current president. I'm not saying that our current administration has the American citizen 100% in their agenda, but I can see there was how they're taking the measures needed to um, try to fix the nation.
But look at what that statement you just stated. You said that you don't believe that this administration is 100% behind the American people. Isn't that alone a bad statement to just be able to make?
Well, no, because I would say that about any administration. I don't believe the American any government is 100% for their citizens. They do have some self interest. They are human at the end of the day,
Well,
unless
no,
you
that
believe in a government around the world to actually have their citizens good intentions for their citizens 100%. I just don't.
I don't know if it'll be 100%, but it's definitely been shown across the world in many other. I wouldn't say superpowers because not many superpowers around. We're the only superpower, but all the other countries, you can see that the governments either have universal health care, they have universal universities where you can go to university for free. So it's just like, and that's because that country's paying for that. So that's why it's difficult for me. It was just like this government was basically, this administration was basically coming in to pledge to basically say, hey, we're going to drain all this government stuff. We're going to remove all this government stuff. We're going to get rid of all this government stuff. And all they're doing is adding more government stuff. All they're doing is adding more, adding more. They're not really deducting anything. They're not really taking away anything that is actually benefiting anything with the American people.
What do you mean government stuff?
Name something that they've been doing that made sense with the government. Because I'll put this one as an example. They just talked about, what was it? I think it was like a couple of days ago when they said that the farmers are going to get $12 billion. I think it was, they said.
Yeah.
In why did Argentina get 40
Why did Argentina get 40 billion?
and the farmers only got 12?
Well, we have to understand the domestic money supply as opposed to sending the money out of the nation. Too much money into the nation, like that, can cause an inflation. So it's like a measured take on helping the farmers, as opposed to that money that goes out of the nation doesn't affect our domestic
How
CPI.
doesn't that affect it when it's still our taxpayer money?
Well,
So
the
please,
money that
I'm kind of confused because if it's still our taxpayer money, it's still mine and your money that's going over there. So I don't know
uh,
how you're gonna try to differentiate any money that the U.S. makes when all the money it makes is taxpayer money.
well, not all of it. There are some customs and duties before um,
So
the
tariffs.
the tariffs. But let me just say this: the money that came, yeah, the money that came from that went to Argentina came from the ESF, the Exchange Stabilization Fund, right? Where it wasn't from taxpayer funds or allocated for anything.
Any fund that any money that comes out of this country that is used is basically funded by taxpayer money. Anything that gets distributed, anything that gets sent, anything that gets created is taxpayer money because that's how the country makes revenue and that's how it purchases and keeps on spending. So the money is the same. But the thing is you were able to give a foreign country $40 billion to basically
Who's
save the
Mexico?
same thing that you have within this country, but you're only
No,
giving them 12.
No, it was necessary to give Argentina. That was an
Why was it
American first
necessary?
policy. Yeah, that's an American first policy right there.
How can you explain how that is an America First policy where you are giving a foreign country $40 billion, but your farmers that are needing it, you're only giving 12, which are within your country, not even
Right.
outside your country.
Now I explain how giving money directly to the people can be inflationary. So it's a measured step that they took. Now, the $40 billion is actually one of the most America first policies that we've seen in a long time. And I appreciate my president for doing it because you have to understand. What? You got to let me finish, brother. I got you. I see you.
I didn't cut you off. You
I
you
see.
you
I
would
got,
already,
you
because you
took a
already
deep
know
breath
what
and
you're
you leaned
talking in,
forward. You
because you
did the.
already know
No,
what
wait.
you're
I got
saying
you.
is not making any
No, no,
sense, bro.
no,
It's
no. I
still the
got you.
same money, but you can't tell me
No.
how it's America. It's one of the why is it one of the best America First policies?
If you had let me finish, I would.
Giving a foreign country 40 billion.
We got to understand that we are competing on a global scale. We have Russia closing arms deals with Venezuela. We even in defiance of the Monroe Act, we have China helping building infrastructure and investing in Jamaica. They're doing this not because they're benevolent nations, but because they're trying to increase their influence in the Western Hemisphere.
Bro,
And we
what are you
must
talking
compete.
about? China owns half of the fucking Midwest with most of the fucking farmlands.
Okay,
So what
listen to me.
difference is it then?
Because the
If
difference
they're if
is,
they if they can invest in the US, how is it any different from them investing outside the US?
I got you. Because ultimately they're trying to minimize our global presence and undermine our allyship to become the superpower in the world. It's only to the detriment of American
Bro,
citizens.
bro, the way you just pivoted from answering the main question as to why 40 million was given to Argentina and not to the farmers, you still going off on
No, I
tangents.
did. I told you we can't give that much directly into America because that causes inflation.
It's going to be inflation regardless if you adding another
No,
40
but
billion.
more money is more inflation. More money is more
You
inflation.
just basically added 52 billion dollars
So what?
added up. 40
I
billion
didn't.
to Argentina and 12 billion to the US, right? That's 52 billion dollars in total that is still coming out of taxpayer money. So if you want to say it's inflationary, 40 billion was set out way before cuz remember Argentina was taken care of way before
Way
the
before
farmers
what?
were. No,
Yeah.
way
So
before the what you mean? So how is this such an America First policy? But you were dealing with this situation the whole time, and you knew that your farmers were struggling, but you decided to broker a deal to give them $40 billion, which then halved to 20 billion because their fucking economy stocked
we
because they
must.
got an influx of money, and then
No.
they shit crashed, which is only 20 billion now that they
We
actually
must.
got, and now we still got 12 over here. But why
We
did you only give 12 over here?
because if you give too much in America, it can cause inflation. It has to. I'm like repeating the same thing over and over again.
You're
Because
talking
you must
about
let me speak,
inflation to
sir.
the United
Yeah,
States,
yeah,
bro.
sir. Let me finish, man.
Inflation continues to
It's not a
happen
good.
and nothing
It's a
has changed.
conversation. It's a
Yes, it is
conversation.
a
You gotta let me speak.
conversation.
Yeah, you gotta
But
let me speak, though, man.
I my man, I'm not going to
Well, you
continue to
don't have
let
to
you
because it's your live.
speak.
It's your live, but for a good
I'm letting you
conversation, you
speak,
do
but
have
the
to.
thing
You're
is you're
not.
not making any sense,
No, you're
dude.
not liking what I'm saying, and you're cutting me off. That's
No,
the
it's not
difference.
that nobody dislikes
Let
what
me
you're saying
finish,
because you have the right to say it, but you want to say
but let
that
me finish.
$12 million, $40 billion is a lot inflationary to the farmers. No, 12 billion is a lot inflationary, but
I
then
didn't say that.
the 40 billion that goes to Argentina, even though that's money that we still printed, we don't get to use it, but we still printed it, so it's
It's
still
only
gonna
to.
cause inflation. So
No,
it's
it's
the
not. If
same
it's
shit.
not, how it's not going to cause inflation. That's ridiculous. It's not going to cause inflation because it's not circulating in our economy. That's actually insane, broski.
It's not circulating in our economy,
No, so it's
but it
not going
was
to cause
created
inflation.
out of our economy. So if it was created out of the economy, how did it get created? So it wasn't circulating prior to be created to that?
No, it wasn't circulating. Probably it was in part of the exchange stabilization fund, separate treasury funds that weren't circulating in the economy. It
How do those
wasn't
get
effective.
funded?
I'm not saying it's not taxpayer funded. I'm saying
So
it's not circulating in the economy.
So if all the money that we have is taxpayer money, no matter how much gets pushed out, it's still inflationary by your
No, it's
accounts.
not.
Because if 40 billion would have been inflationary to the farmers, but then it's not inflationary at any other point, how does that make sense? Because then how
Because
are
it's
you
not
saying that it's only
circulating in our
inflationary?
economy. If you give people money, they're going to want to spend it. Demand make prices go up. So it wouldn't cause CPI to go up for money to be in Argentina, sir. What are you not getting? That's as plain as I can put it.
You said that the reason that the U.S. farmers did not get taken care of first and not get the 40 billion was because it would be too inflationary.
No, it's not about first and second. That's something you injected later. You brought up Argentina. I told you why we gave Argentina Latin America first policy. And then
And
you
you
brought
said,
up the
and you
farmers.
never could explain why it was the best one.
Yeah, I said these people are completing in the Western Hemisphere to try to undermine American
And,
influence
and
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 subvert
then
our
that's what,
allyship.
and that's when I gave you the rebuttal of telling you that basically, if that were to actually make sense, we wouldn't be allowing China to buy our Midwest.
No, 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 no. Governments,
Because that's influence.
them,
That's influence anyway. Because the thing is
no.
that's the Chinese
Of
government
course,
buying stuff here. So
you can
then, why
say
wouldn't
that.
the Chinese government be able to buy stuff elsewhere?
You can say that, right? But ultimately, them buying private property in America as opposed to their governments funding their governments are two different things. Their Chinese government is funding the Jamaican government as opposed to Chinese citizens buying up businesses in American domestic market. Two the
What
apples to oranges, kid.
what does that have to do with the U.S. first?
The fact of the matter that Argentina is a strategic move to get influence in the Western Hemisphere to make sure we're not minimized, because ultimately they're doing it to America's detriment. Russia
But
closing an
the
arms deal with
thing I don't
Venezuela is to
understand
America's
is
detriment.
that Argentina was an ally to the U.S. even before all of this. So you saying something changed that we had to give them 40 billion to buy them back?
It
Because they've
could.
been an ally to us the whole time. So what changed that we had to give them $40 billion?
I don't think Argentina has been an ally to us the entire time. We have been have good of a good relationship with them, but that relationship needs maintenance. And us as the superpower that's trying to
And
maintain, then
and
uh we give them $40 billion when they need it because it's maintenance.
because it's maintenance. So making sure that our farmers are taken care of, the people that bring in our crops, bring in our produce, not being taken care of is not more important than fucking Argentina.
Yeah, we did
Like
both.
you see how you sound, bro? Like, come on,
No, I
bro.
sound
You
just
you
fine.
you you don't
I'm
sound
very
good,
clear.
bro. You don't sound good, bro. You don't sound good. Like, come
I
on, bro.
definitely am coming across very clear. And you're
I'm not. I knew Hero. I knew it was him because I know his voice already. This isn't the first time. This isn't the first time that he comes into my lives. He just always tries to hide his face because the thing is everybody recognizes he always tries to pick one point that he's strong at, and then after that, when you start lighting him up, he decides to fucking go all over the place. Because you could have just answered the fucking question. And with all of that, that's what I said. It was 40 million there. Yeah, you knew me. I don't know you, bro. You Breda, the dude with the dreads, the Dominican dude. You Dominican, bro. Fuck out of here. Like I don't recognize people's voices. Like come on, bro. Like imagine coming into a person's live multiple times and then you're gonna act because you got a bread thing and you always have bread on every single one of the profiles you've ever made, and you sound the same way. All of a sudden, it's not you. Come on, dog. Morning. I was just like, it's the same shit. Like, come on now. It was to have a conversation, but when you coming up with nonsense, it was just like, you mean to tell me that taking care of Argentina was more American first than taking care of our farmers? Yo, imagine trying to argue that. Imagine, imagine. That was your argument. The- that's the most, and because I knew it was just like as soon as I heard him start talking, I was just like, I know who this dude is, and I was just like, let me see what his talking point is now, and then let me just let him play along. It was just like I knew it was just like, bro, you're easy to get stuck because you get stuck on one topic. You got to make sure you observe everything within that topic, or at least try to gain some awareness on that topic to be able to try to argue with people. Cause that's why I was just like, as soon as it was just like, I was like, how do we fix the issues? And you were like, oh, I wanna, look, well, you said something political. And I was just like, as soon as I said that, I was just like, look, bro, we ain't even talking about anything political. This was just a how do we fix these issues? Cause if you have an issue, what's your solution? That's it. If you have an issue, what's your solution? If you have such a bad issue and you, cause this administration ain't doing a good job. I don't give a fuck what anybody got to say. There's some trifling ass shit going on that we haven't seen in the last couple of administrations. Shit, we didn't even see this in his first administration. The blatant disregard for fucking things. I was just like, so that's why it's just like, that's why it's surprising to me because it's just like, MAGA didn't have no problem with Donald Trump's first administration. I didn't have no problem with it. I was in the service still. But at the same time, it was just like, there wasn't like blatant corruptness just fucking happening. It was just like the shit is blatant. I was just like disregarding fucking law and shit like that is going fucking rampant right now. I was just like, I don't care for giving them sympathy, but the thing is, it's just like, said quit looking for a solution and get rid of the problem. See, that's the ass backwards thinking that people don't fucking get. Because the thing is you want to quit looking for the solution and just get rid of the problem. The thing is if you don't know what the fucking problem is, how you gonna stop it from rooting up again somewhere else? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you don't know what the problem is, how you gonna just get rid of the problem? You won't know. And then if you can't look into it, see, it was just like, and then it goes to, we know what the problem is. You don't. And it was just like, but you just couldn't even explain yourself correctly because you said, quit looking for the solution and get rid of the problem. So you have a specific problem. What's your specific problem? What's your specific problem? Because the thing is if you know what the problem is, then you know what your problem is. So then what's your solution? Because you don't want a solution, you want to get rid of it. See, now I don't not now what? You're confused at the fact that I'm using simple words to explain what I just told you? You see what I'm saying? Like it's easy to be like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about" when you want to make a one-sided conversation and then explain pretty basically that that's not the case, then all of a sudden it's just like, "I don't know what I'm talking about." It's okay though. Most people don't. Most people don't know what they're talking about. But somehow if you are MAGA, you do know. No, that's not how it works here. You got to have some sort of intelligence. It's not just going to be like, oh, no. Oh, just like there's negative things that have happened in administration. And then the crazy thing is just like you start asking people, I was just like, give me something that has been great right now. Oh, look, it's a celebrity. Psych. It was just like, since when did y'all become the experts at anything when y'all haven't educated yourselves on anything? Like, how the fuck am I supposed to believe or listen to somebody that never educated themselves to know what the fuck they were talking about, and they just talk whatever they think they know? When the fuck did that happen? You know, some random ass person, middle of fucking nowhere, no education, is gonna tell me what that doctor that's been doing for 20 years by just looking at it. Fuck out of here, man. Like, y'all fucking stupid or something? It was just like, how stupid do you really gotta be? Like, we came this far as a society because we had those fucking scientists that were able to do this shit and been doing this shit and been working on vaccines or some sort of medication, working on all that shit. Wasn't no dumb people. Damn sure well wasn't no uneducated people. Damn sure as hell I bet all those people had degrees. I know they went through like what, at least what, 7, 8, 9 years of school? Learning the human body or picking a specific specialty. But damn, it must be bad to be fucking educated, right? The fuck out of here. That shit is crazy to me. I apologize. I didn't want to curse today. I wanted to take it easy, but damn. It's like I see why I stayed away from these people, because it's like, damn, in the last 2 weeks I didn't have any kind of stupidity like come in there, and I was just like relaxed. You know what I'm saying? Like, now dealing with these people, it's just like, holy shit. But like I said, if people have these issues, you got these issues, what's your problem and how do you fix it? That's all it is. How do we fix the issue? Mel, it is exhausting. That's why I took my family break. I had my family here. Family came. I spent time with the family the past 2 weeks and shit. Did some work on the business, and that's all I did. And I was just like, but I was just like, these people don't. I was just like, you're not gonna tell me that you know more than a person that's been doing this shit for like 10 to 15 years. Same shit too. Not even deviating 10 to 15 years. That's like going up to a fucking welder and telling them, yo, bro, I know you've been welding for 10 to 15 years, but your shit trash. We ain't gonna listen to what you got to say. Type shit. That's how you gotta put it for them so that they understand it. That's like you being a welder or something that has fucking years in the game and they just tell you, nah, bro, we ain't gonna listen to your advice. That's how you got to put it to them. Put it to them like that, and then they'll start understanding. Like, oh shit, I never thought of it like that. Yeah, that's exactly what you're fucking telling somebody. Somebody that's put in the work and been doing it for so long didn't amount to anything because they chose a different career field. But then when they say it the same, it's the same thing. Like, no, it don't work like that. The thing is, Ty, that's why I started realizing this. It's where people be living at, man. That's how people live. That's a different thing. It's how people live and where they live at. Cause the thing is if you around some of these areas, there's not big minority communities. A lot of these smaller towns out Midwest, they don't got big minority communities. Very few minority communities that they have here. So it's just like for them, they don't see anything else. But then when you move into like a big city and you see everybody from everywhere, you're like, what the fuck is this? That's how they be shocked as shit. Hold on, where my music at? Think the music is back. I don't think it's playing for some reason. Yeah. It was like, but the like you have to do that. You have to have the mentality that you're just gonna keep on going regardless, though, because that's the thing. It was just like even with all the change that's gonna happen after this list going forward in this country, you still gonna there's not gonna be a way unless this government decides to actually fucking help the people first, that you're not gonna have to still work or still make money, because they just driving the price up of everything so that you gotta work. Nah, you good, Joshua. I just like, bro, I ain't even paying attention to the stocks, bro. I put my money, and I didn't do that Intel thing, which I was happy. I was about to go on Intel, and then I looked at it and I was just like, I backed out on it. Luckily, cause shit, that would have been bad. Um, but yeah, it's just I just put my money in dividend stocks right now. Now I'm leaving it alone. I'm not even touching that shit. I don't even give a fuck. I'm not looking at it. Cause this whole fluctuation back and forth shit, I'm not dealing with that shit. I'm gonna just keep on putting money into my dividends. That's it. If the stock market is gonna keep on climbing, that means the dividends will keep on climbing too. So I take it. Bro, we've been, it's like, cause there's a lot of shit in this country that needs to be fixed. It's not just the shit that these people are trying to make matter. These people have their what they want to do. Donald Trump is just there to be the face piece of it. And he's just like, look, I'm gonna do all this shit and I'm gonna set up my family for the rest of their lives. So after I pass, they ain't doing shit to me. I already got immunity. So y'all still can't do shit to me even if I get out, because I got immunity. So Donald Trump is good. He ain't got shit to worry about. It's everybody else. The thing is they're trying to make it chaotic, because the thing is if you notice, this tends to happen in the US government when this happens. Like, you have little shutdowns and stuff like that. And I think it's like more of a redistribution of wealth kind of thing. You know, when a video is removed and you appeal, how long to get a response? It depends on TikTok, man. That depends on TikTok. Usually within 24 hours, but it depends. Because sometimes when I've been banned, it'll take a day for them to be like, oh no, we found it and you're banned. And then there's times that I literally go, like, after I've been banned and been knocked out, I'll go right and appeal it. And then right after, that shit is just like banned for a week. No, nothing. Like, literally within 5 minutes, I'm banned for a week. No appeal, no nothing. And I'm like, the fuck? Yeah, Cruz for president. I'm going to buy some Cruz coin. Said Biden didn't help, Obama didn't help, Bush Jr. didn't help. It goes on and on. The thing is I'm not gonna say, the thing is, the every president has their drawback. Every Democrat president, every Republican president. The thing is that you have to start paying attention to the bills that they created in the time they were president. Because one thing that people was like, look, Obamacare is not the best fucking thing. Don't get me wrong. It basically, now everybody has to have some sort of insurance. It's basically making sure people had either a job or had insurance to pay for it. That's basically a way to scheme people into more money. So that was one of the bad parts about it. The good part about it, though, was that if you had a pre-existing condition, you cannot be turned away for health insurance. That's one of the things that came into it. Because a lot of the times people's premiums and this shit goes up because of your medical history. Because it's basically saying, hey, bro, we know you're about to kick it, so we're going to charge you hella money to get as much as we can out you before you pass. I was just like, it has that part, but that was a way of taking care of the people. It screwed the people over because people had to get it, but at the same time, it allowed people to do that. How can a Democrat president help if they have to clean after the Republicans? You got to notice that this has happened. It's not the first time, and it's not going to be the last. That's how. Until big changes don't come, the thing is like Clinton. Like, look, that's why they were going to do Doge. I didn't have a problem with it at all. Because the thing is the reason I didn't have a problem with it. Damn, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Fuck. I looked at the fucking screen because they said it wasn't Sunday. Why is it not showing? Oh, Doge. I was talking about Doge, right? So with Doge, right? I had no problem with Doge because the thing is Clinton did Doge also. Clinton did the same thing. Clinton did the same thing as Doge. The problem that I had with it was that you had Elon Musk heading it, a person that wasn't even in government. You had a person that wasn't even in government maintaining this. When Clinton did it, it was 6 months after. So when Clinton did it, it was for 6 months that they continued to fucking search for the shit. 6 months. So then imagine having 6 months, 6 months where you actually are researching it, going to these administrative buildings, checking what they have, seeing what they do need, what they don't need. But you have 6 months of actually paying attention to what is going on and you know what happened, and then you made the cuts. This shit was literally Elon Musk. It's like, imagine, the simplest way to put it to people is imagine you work, right? Imagine whatever you do in your job, Imagine you have somebody that has never done your job before, don't know shit about what the fuck is going on, and now he's your boss telling you you got to write fucking five things you did for the week. You gonna slap the shit out of somebody. You gonna slap the shit out of somebody. That shit was handled fucking terribly. It was just like that shit wasn't gonna work. But that's the crazy part about it. It's just like, come on now. Oh, just like you fix it, you take care of it, you research, observe, see what actually is detrimental. You actually do the research to see what these contracts are that we don't need. Not just put up a whole list of fucking contracts. What up, Donnell? It was just like not a whole list of fucking contracts. And then when people started checking that you were still paying them out, what happened? Nothing. That list on that Doge list went shit. Even the Doge site went up in smoke, didn't it? Because I don't even think it's around anymore. So if that's not even around anymore, but that's what it's just like, I had no problem with it at first, but then once I saw how they were managing it, I was like, this is going to be a problem because this is a person that doesn't know what they're doing. Remember when they fired the NASA, the fucking nuclear reactor people? You sent motherfuckers that take care of a nuclear reactor home. Like, what was you doing? What was you thinking, bro? Like, these are essential fucking people. Talk about, yeah, bro, we need you to go home. Who's gonna watch this? Just like the fuck? Come on now. But that's the, I don't know. That's the interesting part. Yeah, he got rid of regulatory stuff. Anything that he had that was going against him, he basically got rid of, or then he then got and obtained a contract through that avenue that he probably didn't get before. So that basically he will continue to do that and continue to build on that. Yeah, they're just doing a whole bunch of stuff right now, and it's just basically you won't. It's shit all over. And the thing is it's draining trying to pay attention to everything that's going on because you can see stuff happening in the market that affects the economy. Then you have the tariffs. Then Donald Trump might say he might change it. Then 2 weeks later, he changes it again. And then we have another month of okayness. And then another 2 weeks, it was just like somebody didn't wave at him the right way and he gets pissed off and throws a tantrum and throws another fucking tariff on somebody. Like, come on, bro. That shit crazy now. Bro, trying to go to Mars is just like, my man, if you trying to go to Mars so bad, you know something's coming. Y'all not gonna tell me something's not coming if y'all trying to get the Mars so bad. Like, bro, we got the fucking Earth. Why the fuck you trying to leave? Like, that's what always confused me with NASA and shit. Because y'all do know that NASA started in the water, right? NASA started in the water, then they wanted it off the planet. And now you have one of these multi-billionaires talk about they want off the planet. You know, like a whole nother fucking planet. I don't like it's it's just a bunch of shit going on. There's a bunch of shit going on all over the place. And the thing is what most people ain't paying attention to is what's happening in their own states. That's the crazier part about a lot of this. Everybody's paying attention to what fucking the federal level is doing. Nobody's paying attention to what their state is doing. Your state has been changing fucking laws, putting shit into play, and you didn't know a motherfucking thing. You ain't even know what's going on. That's how that situation is right now. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on in your state. Your state is all jacked the fuck up. And your representation is doing all they can to basically raise your shit and all that stuff. It's just like and Rihanna music. I have to find it. But yeah. I was like going back and forth with all this stuff is everything. The thing is this is something that most people don't realize. Like how you said during the Bill Clinton's administration, the USPS recorded billions of dollars in profits. You have to look at it this way. Back in those days, the USPS was just the USPS. Motherfuckers just took regular mail. Now, what started to happen? You had Amazon, you had all these other companies start using what? The USPS because it would be cheaper to ship through them than it would actually go into FedEx or something separately. People don't realize that shit. That takes up money right there. That's that's cost. That's time that goes that is not from where you need to get the stuff from because now Amazon is flooding the shit. So okay, yeah, I got you. I got you, Vegas. But yeah, that's the thing right now. That's a lot of it. How people ain't paying attention to it. There's a lot of shit going on. There's too much shit going on. That's the better way of putting it. There's too much shit. Too much shit going on. Too much shit. You got laws here. You got these people looking at birthright citizenship. You got like this country right now. I was like, I just took a break. I haven't like even today. I haven't paid attention to any of the news. I haven't looked into the news or anything like that. I've just been taking it easy. Why is it not? Let me see. All right, let's see if that fixes it. JD Vance is not gonna do shit, man. Yeah, I definitely got burnt out a bit. This is Mr. Rager by Kid Cudi. Like JD Vance is not the thing is that JD Vance made it to where he made it to because of the fact that it was just like Peter Thiel invested in him a lot to run and get into the Senate. And it's just going through that process. But the thing is I don't see JD Vance doing anything like we need somebody. We just need somebody new. Oh, okay. I can't tell from the comments. So let's see. Is it still sounding okay? Should be. But yeah, it is what it is, man. I was just like, there's a lot of stuff going on, but America first has to be the priority. Like, I don't agree. Like, I understand what ICE is doing, and I understand it when it came to them saying that it was going to be for the worst of the worst. So if it was somebody that had like a warrant out for them or a person that was if they were in the country and they had committed like a murder or something like that, top notch felony type shit, then yes, I would definitely support getting them out. But when you're going to grab people when they're about to get confirmed or when they're going to their hearing and then you're grabbing them up from there when they're doing it the right way, this I don't have that respect for that. That's the one part I don't have respect for anymore. Because at first it was just like, yeah, if you're going for the worst of the worst, fuck it, I'm down, go. Grab him up. But then you realize that this fucking administration is fucking trying to push it up on them, but then covering up for all the fucking pedophiles we have. Because that's what it literally is. They needed somebody else to try to distract them with. Look, these immigrants is doing this, these illegals is doing this, but here we are, pedophiles abusing on kids. So we just trying to put the blame on somebody else so that you could be so mad at somebody else, you don't get as mad at us for what we did. That's all it is. Shit is a minor distraction to just make it more acceptable for people to fucking take it. These people, that's what they do. That's it. Vegas, like I remember when I said that to be like, it be your own people. It be your own people. Everybody always want to blame somewhere else, but it always be your own people. Cause there's no way another person came into this situation knowing. It be your own kind, man. It always be your own kind. Always. Cause ain't no way nobody else is coming into our clique if nobody else let them in. So see what I'm saying? always. And that's what it is. Because the thing is with a lot of them is the same way. It's these same like these immigrants that come in here and they think that, because they're American and like their parents didn't immigrate over here and become that struggle, that other family or whoever it is that decided to try to come over here, they're having that struggle because of the fact that they wanted something different. They wanted a better upbringing for their kids or to have kids. So they came to the United States. At one point in time, that was your family. Whether it was the legal way or the illegal way. Not many people be coming in here the illegal way. A lot of those numbers are people that also get stopped at ports of entry. So those numbers can be misleading all over the fucking place. Because they'll say that, but you'll still get a lot of people coming in through ports of entries. Because you got people that buy flights and somehow get on a plane on the other side and end up in the US somehow. Or sometimes it's by like different routes, and they do that. Because I remember when I was stationed in Germany, they did that shit. And it was just like I flew into, what was it I flew into? I think I flew into Paris. Or I flew in somewhere, but I had my orders with me. So the thing is, with my orders, they don't really check for the shit. They just see military orders, and it's just like, okay, go ahead. So the guy stopped me because I'm in civilians. He's just like, how did you get into the country? I was like, excuse me, motherfucker. I was like, at first I was just like, what? I was just like, and then I just pull out my cat card, the CAC. There you go. And he's like, okay. Then he was just like, okay, let me go. He stamped the shit and go. He was just like, how the hell? Why did you get into the country? Because the thing is on those like, or how did you get to Europe? Because it doesn't show how would I get into Europe. Because in Paris they didn't really stamp it as a or the layaway they didn't stamp it as like a foreign person. That was Brent Faze, WY at literally WY at. I was out in Germany from 22 to 28, no, 2019 to basically 23. No, to 22. I was there for 4 years. So I got there beginning of 19, did COVID twice. That should sound like a fucking tour. Fucking, I did COVID twice. That shit was terrible out in fucking Germany. Fuck that place. Oh man, that shit was terrible. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was terrible. That shit was pretty bad. Oh, 2000. That's a throwback. So that could have been a whole bunch of places because a lot of the places got shut down over there. That could have been Mannheim. That could have been Wiesbaden. That could have been shit. They still got K Town. They still got Buring. Not Buring. That's fucking what's it called? Oh, it's what a B. They have another one, or was that the German base? Grafenwehr Tower Barracks, and then you got Smith Barracks. Under, I dare say that Drake contributed the mass amount. I can't say I'm mad at Drake for his music, man. Drake's music doesn't do the stupidity that a lot of other rappers' music do. Launch to there we go. Yeah, the hospital. Yeah, that was over by the Ramstein area, but it was still like what 45 minutes. That's crazy. Like, because and I was stationed on Graf on the other side of fucking country. Talk about to get to the medical hospital, it's a fucking 4.5 hour drive. Thanks. That's what I need to hear. Which is like that's just. I got an appointment. Where at? Launch to. All right, we'll see you in 2 days. Because we just let them. Most of the time they would go, stay, and come back, or they'd come back the same day and be like, I didn't give a fuck. Depending on what the appointment was, because sometimes it was just like people had surgery and shit like that. You had to stay with them and stuff like that. So it depends. But I don't know. I like Drake more as a rapper because of the fact that he don't rap all he doesn't rap as much ignorant shit as he can, because he has the following that he can say damn near whatever the fuck he wants and people gonna listen to it. May not be everybody, but people will listen. I was in Hanua, Germany. Never heard of that one. What was that by? Like up north, west, east, south, down by Nuremberg, Garmisch. What the fuck is shit? I didn't even bring my shoes with me. No, I listen to all music. The thing is like lately is just like I've realized that a lot of the rap music people listen to is just real ignorant ass shit. I'm sorry. Some of the shit there's no storytelling in it anymore. It's just like literally some ignorant ass shit people listening to. And that's why people get even more ignorant. Like that's why it's just like when people always want to talk about rappers and shit like that, that's what fucks up the culture. Oh, it's near Frankfurt, so you were out by Cologne and fucking Dusseldorf. I was just like, it's all their music is different. Everybody got different music, but it's just like this is not what rap was known for. 2 years in Graph. Yep, I was there for 4. Good old Grafenwehr. But yeah, it's just a bunch of stuff. It's just like some of the stuff I listen to, but it's just like, bro, if you talking about fucking being on lean and all this dumb shit, I don't listen to that shit, man. That's what's the problem with fucking society. People like that will get the big ass fucking exposure and they'll get the big ass, oh, he's talking about being on lean and this and that. And it's like, bro, what? I was like, we just drink liquor. What the fuck you got lean for? It was just like you can't like you trying to do some real dumb shit and then wake up the next fucking day and be like, oh shit, I didn't know how that happened. Well, you're going to jail for the rest of your life now. Damn. Oh shit. That was a weird night. Shit like that happen all the fucking time, and it's just stupid. It was like most people don't remember half the shit they do on alcohol. Imagine now putting it with medication like that and doing it on purpose. You trying to black out type shit. Blacking out type shit is not the shit to do. Highly what not to fucking do. Cruise withdrawal. Come on, what a political. No, we just taking it. Like I was telling people on the last live on the workshop on Sunday. I just rented cars close. It's always been like that. Well, it's gonna be in Richmond, February. Nice. appreciate that political. No, just like now, it's just like that's what. Look, this is what people need to do at the end of the year. Make like I was telling people on the workshop. Make a list of your goals for this year. Don't wait till the fucking 31st and be like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. No, start in December. Start the beginning of December. This is the last month of the year. Set your goals. See what you've accomplished this year and see what you want to set out to do the next year. Does it mean you want to gain an extra 10% on your business income? Do you want to learn how to fucking cook a special dish or a certain dish? Do you want to learn how to bake something? Like it was like you just got to do it like that, but set your goals out. That shit will help you fucking give you clarity just to know what you planning. So that way it was just like it's life. We know some crazy shit is gonna pop up. It happens. but at least still stick to your goals and have goals so that you know what you want to accomplish. And then once you're done with those, write some more. But take the month of December to reflect on all the stuff so that that way you have it. Yeah, exactly. That's it's being consistent. And that's what you got to do. But the thing is you got to write it out. Write it out somewhere, put it on sticky notes somewhere. So every time you fucking look at something, you can remember, oh shit, I got to do this. Something to remind you so that you stick to your goals. If you got to get like one of those like little Ursula can fly, bro, Michelangelo, you might get there. You might get there. You might need some medical assistance to get there, but you can get there. I believe in you. If that's what you want to do, man, that's the goal. That's the goal. I'm not here to tell you what your goal is. It's just like set out your goals. Put out all the stuff you plan to do. Whiteboards and vision boards are yeah. Whiteboard and just put all that shit on there. I gotta get this done. Gotta get this done. Gotta get this done. And you see it, and it's just like you see that shit every day. You gonna get tired of that fucking list. Maybe that's that extra motivation you need to actually get it done. But that list is gonna be there. And you leave that shit there, because then you gonna look at it like, fuck, it's fucking June. I haven't done shit on it. And then you're like, oh shit, I gotta get something off this board. Gotta motivate yourself. Gotta motivate yourself. And that's what I've been doing the past 2 weeks, motivating myself, spending some family time, and just I ain't paying attention to this fucking. Oh, got monetized on TikTok. Let's go, Sage. Let's go, Sage. Congrats, bro. Nice. I was just like, and that's it. Being alive next December still enough. I'm gonna do this because that's the thing. A lot of this, like, how I've been doing it is for the rest of the month. For the rest of the month, I'm gonna be doing little pop ups here and there. I'm not gonna be doing too many lives because I want to set a schedule for next year. So basically, starting next year, I want to make sure that it's just like a couple of days out of the week I will be doing this, and it's just like the chat show up. Then a couple of days of the week it might be gaming, might do the gaming, and then a day out the week will probably be veteran stuff, and we'll do it that way. And that's yeah, and it's just because the thing is Vegas. I think if we set a schedule, it's easier so that people know when you're on. Because the thing is for me, it's very random at times because it's depending on the morning. I was just like these past 2 weeks, I was with family, but now the routine, getting the kids to school and stuff like that, then it's just like you'll do that. That's it. That depends on your morning, and then I gotta get some breakfast in, gotta make coffee in. Excuse me. Do whatever I gotta do for the day, and that's it. And then I can jump on here, so I don't have much of a consistent time. So what I'm trying to do is like, hey, if I know that I tell people, hey, every day at 10 o'clock, I'm gonna be live. Then people know that at 10 o'clock I'm gonna be live. So it's not always like it's like, damn, is he live? Am I gonna get the notification? Because y'all have already told me, like, people, what do you help veterans with? Everything basically. If you go into the bio on my link, um, not this one. The bio on my link is the Vet Awareness Project. You can go there. It's a veteran website that I have, free, that has like VA forms, DBQs, stuff like that, and we're improvising it. But I do workshops on Sundays, every first month for the Sunday, which will increase. But it's basically assisting them with their disability claims, their educational questions, their employment questions, basically any questions that pertain to veterans or dependents and spouses, just basically assisting with that. So literally it's just me doing it as a free service. Yeah, I was just like, that's what I do. It's just like every first month for the Sunday, it's just like people tune in. Most of the time I will have a specific topic on there. This week it was just like a relaxing one. I just showed up. I'm sure I'm not Canadian, Soggy. um and I do that. And then basically besides that, it's you say you're too good to be American. And then it's just like whatever questions people come in with. So whatever questions anybody may have, you just show up and ask. It doesn't matter. I was just like, what if a veteran needs to get a loan? When it comes to a loan, are you talking about a VA loan? Because the thing is that's the thing is like with me, I don't provide anything that I need to exchange any uh pertinent documentation with you. I don't need to know what your issues are unless you want to talk about them, but I don't need specifics on anything. Basically, no, a personal loan, no, I do not help with that. I do not help with that. I don't do anything with financial or anybody's personal information. That's basically how I operate. You go, you show up to the lives, you ask any kind of questions you're doing. Um, what's your question, Patricia? Because if you have a question, I don't mind giving an answer. But if it's a personal loan, there I don't. I wouldn't know because the thing is personal loans can deal with credit scores, can do with liens, can do with shit, mostly credit score, but it all depends. It's a broader situation that isn't based on veterans. Everything else is just veteran stuff. Any questions? If I don't know the answer, I am going to show you where to find the answer. And that's basically how it is also. I don't think I would be able to help, especially with personal loans. I don't do that. I don't think that I don't, sometimes I believe that a lot of these companies that go to try to help veterans for stuff like that is just preying on them because they know, hey, that's a check that they're gonna get for the rest of their life. So you're gonna end up paying me somehow, type shit. I was like, because they know. So that's why they're more lenient when it comes to it. I would say. So it depends. But if you got any questions, stuff like that on benefits or something specific, it's just like people ask and we do it. Uh, this year it'll be for 12 months. It'll be 12 different workshops. Um, 12 different workshops on veteran affairs. And then I'm also going to be making videos throughout the stuff, but then the workshops are going to be dedicated to like specific things, either one being like Champ VA, the other being education benefits, the other being the VA loan, and the different things and stuff like that, and just make it so that same thing. It's the same thing, but these are gonna be seminars that are just like are gonna grow from there basically. Because I'm not trying to do too much, but I have the time. Like I said, it'll be doing that, gaming, and veteran stuff. So that's what next year is gonna entail. So I'll probably end up putting like a banner somewhere. Um, if y'all haven't, y'all got the link tree in the, I have the link tree for this one for the Just Cruise, and then I have the link tree for the other one that you could just follow me there. The Vet Aware Project one, that one is the business one. And that one is just to help vets, but yeah, link tree is crucial. Hold on, I'll be right back though. Give me a second. Yeah, Linktree is pretty clutch because I did that for my other account. So I did that for the business stuff. So all my Vet Aware Project stuff, I literally was able to get Vet Aware Project on all socials. So I'm good to go. So everything is at Vet Aware Project, and then it's just building, like trying to build a distribution pipeline. So it's just like if I make a video here, make sure it goes to the TikTok, make sure it goes to Instagram, make sure it goes on Threads, make sure it goes on fucking X. That's a lot of fucking work, man. It's just like realizing and like sitting down and paying attention. That's a lot of fucking work. But we're gonna do it. But that's why we're gonna split it up so that way we have our days that are gonna be like this, that is just gonna be talking, and it's probably gonna be the same thing. How do we fix these issues? Because I would rather keep it that way. Because until you have dumbass people that want to just be ignorant, but we'll have this, and then we'll also have gaming. So the Twitch will be up and running. I don't know if it'll be Battlefield or Arc Raiders, one of the two possibly. I still play Apex, but that's mostly it. But yeah, we're not gonna make these. Today's not, like I said. Cool, I have a Atari. I'm not gonna make, like I said, the rest of the month is just like we're gonna be live. We'll be live, but we're not gonna be live the whole fucking time. It's not gonna be on a daily thing. I'll try to make videos, and most of the stuff, like I said, for this coming year is just like we'll have these talks, but at this point, it's just like I'm not. It's just like I need to make sure that I'm taking care of myself and my family, and not wasting energy on people that just want to be ignorant. That's it. That's about it. That's the easy way of putting it. We just gonna take care of our own. Oh no, it's always family first, always. But it's just basically it's working on all the stuff that I know I need to work on, emphasizing more time because I'm done with school also. So that these past 6 months have been my first. Well, I wouldn't say the first 6 months, but basically almost the first 6 months of me not having any school, anything else to do. Now it's just I can concentrate on content creation. So that's what we're gonna do, and that's what we're gonna work on. Yeah. So next year is basically to be basically locked in. So we'll have a schedule. We'll stick to it as best we can. If migraines deter, migraines deter. If my back deters, back like whatever the case may be, I'll put out a message or something saying it. But that's what it's gonna be. Is gonna try to make it so that we are streaming every day. If possible, it'll be streaming on all platforms at the same time. That's what we're gonna try to work into our plan so that way we can literally stream to every platform at the same time. So that way it's if it's either just this channel or if it's the veteran channel. But most of the stuff will happen on the veterans channel. This one is just going to be still the same one. YouTube has only got 65 subscribers. YouTube. I need at least 1,000, I think. But hey, it's a slow grind. All of this is a slow grind. I think everything. The vet channel is at Vet Aware Project. So that's the channel there. But that's the basically the at for every platform. But the biggest one I have, the biggest platform I have is my YouTube channel. That's the biggest one. Well, TikTok, I guess followers wise, TikTok to me is the most on this channel. But for all the veteran stuff, it's the YouTube one. But that's what I'm saying. What I think is we have a plan on what we plan to do for this upcoming year, and we're just gonna use it that way. Gonna clean up a lot of like the videos and stuff. Make a whole ton of new videos because the past 2 years I haven't really made any videos. So this year it's just gonna be a whole bunch of flooding flooding information, but at the same time, it is the Vet Aware project. But at the same time, we're going to expand on that also. So that's also in the works. There'll be an expansion of it. It's mostly veterans, but it will contain and include other stuff. So that's something in the works. That'll keep on my own till it's out and is ready. Um, but it's working on stuff like that. That's why I said most of the time with that, I know we have like subscription tiers and stuff like that. And that's just like if somebody wants to support, they could do that and subscribe, but you don't have to. Gifts, like I said, welcome, but not necessary. But if you do, if you can watch videos on the YouTube, that way I can make some ad revenue off of that. That'll be great too. Um, but we'll be splitting that. We'll be posting a bunch of videos, a bunch of did you know videos, like did you know about this, did you know about that, or our veteran quick tips, which is just basically a quick summarized fucking within like 17 seconds some fact that most likely a veteran didn't fucking know or some shit. And then the videos on everything else we're going to create while going live also. So it's going to be a busy year, but it's going to be a growing year. You're also taking trips for it? Yeah, I want to. I got to see where though. That's the only thing. It's just looking up where. Nah, that's what I'm about to cut out, so I'm about to go so I can eat too. But yeah, that's how it's gonna be. For most of it, that's what we're running off of. We're just gonna do what we gotta do, work on it. So as always, man, I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all when I see y'all this week. I don't know if I'll go on. We'll see. Like I said, but I'm not gonna be doing a super long streams, and I'm not going to be dealing with people with stupidity. Like I just thought somebody, if you have something to fix and you got something to talk about, cool. But this is going to be the topic of discussion going forward. How do we fix these issues? I don't want to deal with no stupidity anymore. Yeah, and that's I have to do that because it would just like still be informed of all the stuff going on, but take a step back from dealing with people with it, basically. Cause y'all see how my mind thinks, so I'm gonna figure shit out regardless. I'm gonna figure shit out and put shit together regardless. I might make videos about that shit again, but at this point, the veteran shit is more important to me. This whole political talk is old, man. Unless everybody getting locked up once that list come out, shit is old. Shit is pointless. I was just like, unless everybody get jailed and accountability is actually held across the place, it won't matter what the fuck happened. Because if the people that did this shit don't get fucking held accountable, ain't nobody gonna get held accountable. So ain't gonna be no points of none of that dumb shit. Plain and simple. I bet these motherfuckers would be willing to fuck. I ain't even gonna say it. Nah, yeah, it's not pointless, but it's just like there's a lot of stuff going on. The problem is that, like I said, a lot of shit is going on at the federal level, but most of this shit is happening at the state level, and people ain't paying attention to it. And I think at the state level, it's a lot worse than at the federal level. Because the thing what happens most of the time when it comes to policy creation, it gets viewed from another state. So if another state manages to pass some ass backwards ass fucking law, meaning that that law went through the litigation, went through the fucking process, and they understood what it said, and it was not constitutionally fucking against anything, and they passed it, then that means that that new state can do the same fucking thing and use the same procedure, just write it into their codified way of state law. That's it. Now you got 2 states with the same law. And then that just keeps going. And then next thing you know, there's enough states that have it that they decide, you know what? At the federal level, we gonna make this just a fucking law that each state got. This yada yada yada. And that's how they do it. Sometimes it happens top down, other times it happens bottom up. So basically all these laws, like look at the Texas abortion law. The Texas abortion law is there. Other states are trying to use that same justification that Texas has in their states. But the thing is they have to put it in writing. And the thing is depending on what your state does, it's different. Because in some states, the people have to vote. For some states, the people still have to vote. For others, they don't. Sagi, I will let you up, but I'm about to take off. So that's a lot of the stuff that people don't understand. So if you're not paying attention to what's happening in your state is going through a whole bunch of changes with this administration, whether good or bad. Money's going into somebody's pockets and money's coming out of somebody's pocket. It's just like that's what it is. You just got to look at it that way. But the laws are changing, state laws are changing, and then when federal laws are in place to stop state laws, it makes it worse. And then for some states, they can make laws at the state level that stops any other jurisdiction from making a law. So basically, like, easiest way of putting it, it was like, let's say you live in Colorado, right? And Colorado has a state law. Whatever that is basically across the whole law. The thing is sometimes, like let's say the city of Denver, they want to add more to the policy. Depending on the state way of writing that law that was basically for the state, depends on if Denver would be able to actually add to it or be more specific, or they would have to just leave it as is. And that's dependent on the state legislature. So that's also a big thing and a different stuff that goes there that a lot of people don't pay attention to. That's a lot of stuff there that is just like those little instances change it because it's the same thing. Like in New York, like you have the right to the Second Amendment, but in New York City, it's stricter and you can't open carry in New York City. There was somebody that had said, oh, you can open carry. No, you cannot open carry in New York City. Oh, it's just like that's how some states are. In some states, you can open carry. That shit has nothing to do with you being able to buy the gun or not. It just has a problem with you having it outside and showing it off to everybody. Ain't nothing that's not infringing on your right to have it. And that's how they add stuff to it. But if they add that, then you can't do it. But if they remove that and the state of New York says, hey, nowhere in the state of New York can you change the ability of conceal and carry. New York State is now an entirely conceal and carry state. Now, if the state makes that law, then that would oversee the one that's at the city. Bitch. Yeah, this one's great. This is a great one. Like the chill mix I have on I still got Spotify. I ain't gonna lie to that shit. All this shit I still have. You know why? Because it's a business expense. All this is used for the business. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna go eat. Y'all have a good rest of y'all week. It's already Wednesday, man. It's already Wednesday. Shit, in 2 weeks is Christmas. I kept Spotify because I got a family thing. I pay I think it's like what $19 and 6 people have Spotify Premium. I'm not paying for that shit myself. But yeah, Mel, take it easy. All of y'all take it easy. Everybody that tuned in, appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good day. As always, be good to one another. Take care of one another. Look out for one another. Love one another. Stay marvelous while doing it, y'all. I'm just Cruz. You said, hold up. It must be the song. Gotta be the song. That's the only reason somebody tells you to hold up. Am I right, Soggy? Is it the song? All right, y'all.